Hey, it's me again, making another video on Hashashin. This time we're back on Global Labs after a long time, and that is because on Global Labs they've recently introduced new Black Spirit Rage skills for Hashashin Awakening, as well as a new mechanic in the game which is called Bond skills. No class has these yet on live servers. Maybe they have it in Korea, actually, not sure right now. But I'll start with the Black Spirit Rage skills. So these two we had previously. I usually just consumed rage or used the quicksand or fed rage if I was in a party where that was necessary. But now there are a lot of new options, and some of these might be useful, some of these won't. Like, you're probably still going to feed rage to your group, right? Or just use Paradise Surge to get some kills in node wars. In duels you might want to use the collapse because it's a super armor CC, right? But yeah, that's about it. Okay, so there should be clips of these skills playing right now. The inputs are very easy. You just press LMB with anything you do. So this is Shift F plus LMB, down RMB plus LMB, and Crown King is down F plus LMB. I tried to find a footage of the Serpent Call 200%, but sadly Global Labs is pretty sleeper at the moment, so no one's here to really give me any rage, so I can't show that to you guys. Alright, so the rage skills are not really that interesting. I don't think we're going to be using them a lot. If something, the collapse and the Paradise Surge will be used, but I don't see anything else being used. Probably the quicksand as well, because it's a really nice debuff. But yeah, that's about it. On the other hand, the bond skills. Oh boy. These are really strong. Okay, so let's go over them real quick. So on this skill, which is the Inquisition, you get a forward guard. Let me hide this. Nothing too interesting. I don't think this is too useful. Collapse. Again, you get a forward guard on collapse. That is on a normal collapse. You don't need any rage. This will just be on the skills. This applies for all of these. These bond skills, this is a permanent enhancement of your skills. Now, Dune Slash. This might be the first one that is kind of interesting. It's a super armor. Now, on Ensnaring Sands, you get a bound on good hits. I think they mean the first hit, because I've been testing it out with this. And this works only on the first hit, and this seems to work like that as well. I might be wrong there. We'll see. But yeah, this is already a super armor skill previously. Now they add bound on good hits onto it. Also pretty good. This skill, Serpent School. On the first hit, right, so as you would cast it, there, it would do a knockdown, which is a super armor knockdown. That is really busted. Okay. So you might be like, okay, so I guess Serpent Skull or Ensnaring Sands is the obvious choice. But you might also see that I have something else here. So Sin Splitter is getting a super armor. This is the main thing I've been looking for. Sin Splitter is now a protected CC that goes through frontal guard. A super armor bound that goes through frontal guard and is also a movement ability. So not only do you have more movement options on the Hashashin now, also you have a protected CC that goes through frontal guards. The only way to get CC'd while you do disengage now is a grab, which is absolutely disgusting. So yeah, I think that these three, Ensnaring Sand, Serpent Skull and Sin Splitter, are viable bond options. Maybe even the Dune Slash. I think it's called a Dune Slash, yeah, Dune Slash. But I will 100% be using Sin Splitter and Sin Splitter only. These do cost some skill points. You don't just get them for free, but I mean, 50 skill points for a super armor on Sin Splitter, I'll take that any day of the week. Another thing that will be coming to live servers, hopefully pretty soon, are Rabams on Hashashin. Now, these are pretty damn good. Let me tell you why. The let me de-level these first. So this skill, the one where you connect Rapture to Ars Dominion, is a float. It might be used with combos because it does decent damage, but it does about the same damage as the next one, which is the Rupture connected to Chosen Blade. Now, I'll probably be using the Chosen Blade one for a simple reason, and that is it's protected. It's a another super armor skill, so if you have enough gear you can just trade with this, either in duels or you can just use that in node wars as well. Well, depending on what node wars you do. I'm a bit biased because I do tier 1 node wars where I don't die in one hit like you might in tier 2s. The next are the ones coming from Mirage. I'll probably be using the decent one, and if you use this one, I'll show it to you real quick. You don't need to, it's a Mirage, right? But you don't need to actually get hit. You don't need to counter anything. It just does it. It has a pretty long cooldown, but it's protected all the way through. So that's really nice. A good thing is, you can actually combine this with the other Rabam, right? So, you could do like a combo thing where you would engage with this into that, because it flows really well together. So you would get behind the opponent with this skill, fully protected, and then go into this Rabam, which is not protected, but it does a decent amount of damage and has a float. Now I'll probably still be using the Chosen Blade one, just because I mainly focus on grinding and node wars, and I don't think it's going to make any difference in grinding. And in node wars I prefer the protection, just because I'm in the main blob most of the time, not in the skirmishing group, so protection is always nice. Now this skill, I haven't truly figured out how to use it, but it's the exact same description as you might notice as Mirage. I honestly don't know how to use it, right? When you press it from a hotbar and someone hits you as you're doing the Mirage movement, you teleport behind them. But I don't know, it automatically brings out the block, and I haven't figured out what this Korean inscription on it is, the one highlighted in green, so I don't know how to use it. But I would say that it's just another Mirage, right? I would much rather have the protected thing than this thing, because it's only protected as you try to do it, right? So it's protected now, and now when you would jump on the opponent it would already not be protected at all. So yeah, I am going to be probably using, well, definitely going to be using this one, the one with Mirage and Descent, and I'll probably be playing around with these two, the Ars Dominion and Chosen Blades one, and seeing which one I like more. But for now I'll be sticking with Rupture and Chosen Blade Rabam. But yeah, that's about it. I don't know when we are getting these. I don't know if it has been announced. If it is, or has been, it will either be in the comments, the description, or it will be flashing on the screen right now somewhere. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, if you want to see more Hashashin content. The PvE guide for Hashashin Awakening is coming next week. I'll be talking about whether you should play Succession Awakening for grinding and how to play Awakening. Yeah, so see you next time.